This is where the stories go when they lose their way. Not dark, not loud, but nothing. Just an infinite, weightless mist. We followed a forgotten thought, a fading feeling, and the portal delivered us here to the nothing. Even our colors, the things that make us, feel thin here. Every step is an act of defiance in a place built on silence and surrender. The moment of arrival passed, and the nature of this void became clear. It rejects presence. Didiani walks, but her footsteps are erased faster than they can form. Tiko, ever the artist, tried to draw a simple shape, a circle, a star, but the pencil marks dissolved mid-stroke. This is a world that doesn't just lack a beginning, it actively erases every attempt to start one. It's fragile, yet hauntingly absolute. Then we heard it. Not a sound, exactly, but a tremor in the stillness, a voice, small and faint, echoing the loneliness embodied by this space. I didn't think anyone would care. The air itself trembled, and for a fleeting moment, words took form in the haze, fragments of text, half memories all fading before we could read them. Someone stopped creating this world. We called out, Didiani, Tiko, even mr.scribble. We shouted into the gray, but in the nothing, words don't echo, they dissolve. Each syllable floated for a second, a fleeting, glowing spark, before being snuffed out. We were talking to a ghost, a presence that was desperately hiding from us, a speaker we had to find before they, and this whole world, faded completely. The resistance grew. The ground beneath us began to ripple and crack, not solidifying, but threatening to collapse into pure white void. Every movement became a risk. It was an environment of existential fragility, a place defined by its refusal to be. The low, tearing sound we heard wasn't wind. It was the world fighting its own existence. The stress of the nothing began to take a toll. Lala, our little yellow light, started to dim. Her glow weakened, becoming a tiny, almost invisible pulse against the overwhelming gray.
I can't stay bright here.
She whispered.
It's like the world doesn't want me.
Her fading light was a physical representation of the tender sorrow. We felt the crushing weight of a place that tells you your own spark doesn't matter. The air was thick with poetic melancholy. Everywhere we looked, we saw proof of the world's self-sabotage. Lines of faint writing drifted in the mist. Once upon she wanted to. It was a constant story of deletion, a narrative that was erased the instant it began. This wasn't just abandoned. It was a world that literally deletes its own beginnings. And then the voice returned, clearer this time, surrounding us from every direction. Finally putting words to the void, I started to write this world. But I stopped. Nobody was going to care. It was a moment of raw, vulnerable, human confession. The voice wasn't a monster or a guardian, it was a creator defeated by their own fear of irrelevance. This was the moment Didiani understood. She didn't argue. She didn't plead, she offered validation. She knelt, placed her small hand on the blank ground, and whispered the only sentence that mattered.
You deserve to be seen.
And then it happened. A faint patch of green grass bloomed beneath her palm. It was hope piercing the despair, a single, beautiful fact in a universe of doubt. But the nothing wouldn't give up its darkness easily. As the color bled outward, the ground cracked, trying to erase the grass. The creator's voice grew frantic. Don't make me real. It was the beauty struggling against fear, the tension between creation and abandonment. Half the realm was starting to bloom, the other half violently dissolving, locked in a brutal fight for existence. The battle shifted to the sky. The horizon itself split like paper peeling open, revealing swirling ink clouds. Vague shapes began to sketch themselves, trees, rivers, unfinished houses. A world was being born, layer by layer, in an active transformation and resistance entwined. The unwritten story was finally ready to be told. Then, the first breath, a gentle breeze stirred the air for the first time. The ambient hum resolved into a soft melody, and Tiko, looking down, saw his reflection clearly in the forming water. It was a moment of pure renewal and wonder. The world was accepting its fate as a story, and in doing so, it was beginning to live. The whisper faded completely, replaced by a quiet sense of readiness. Didiani looked around at the potential she had unleashed, then took a single step forward into the heart of the radiant light. It was an act of courage, a commitment to the story. She had brought life to the world, and now she was ready for the transcendence that came next. Ink lines, threads of pure story, rose from the ground and wrapped around her. Her outline began to turn sketch-like, merging with the world itself. The voice returned, soft, final. You wanted to give me life. Now I'll give you mine. Didiani dissolved into radiant light, a character becoming a fundamental part of the narrative she saved. Awe, mystery, and the birth of something new. The journey is far from over.